This is Providence Television International, the game changer.
It's another beautiful Tuesday morning. I want to welcome you to the morning drive on Providence Television International. My name is Edna Caesar Garrick, and I want to take a look at the dailies for today. And we have here the blueprint, and the front page says, with 3.46% GDP growth in Q3, Nigerian's economy on course. This is coming from the presidency, and the writer there says unemployment drops by 4.3%, growth driven by agric industry, services, and others. We borrow based on your approvals, federal government tells NAS. Port Harcourt Warri refineries to be fully privatized. The leadership, federal government defense borrowing amid surplus revenue. Northern youth give ACF 7 days to reinstate chairman. 16 days of activism. World leaders worry over Nigerians' GBV rate. The writer there says Nigeria needs 1 trillion naira to tackle menace. World Bank and UN says 42% of Nigerian women are financially excluded. Mrs. Tinubu seeks support for GBV victims and survivors. Bandits kill 32 in Fresh Benue attack. 20 missing in Delta boat mishap. 160,000 children living with HIV. Women protest over 262 husbands' children in prison. Moving on now to the Daily Trust, it says Tinubu didn't seek NAS approval to buy presidential jet. Service sector raises GDP by 3.46% in Q3. Villagers flee as gunmen kill many in Benue. Medical outreach turn worry in Abia as many hospitalized. Vanguard, GDP growth figures, more work needs to be done. Southeast sit-at-home persists despite Simon Ekpa's arrests. And now to the Nigerian Tribune, stakeholders beam searchlight on health sector. Senators query federal government borrowing, Tinubu's ministers justify plans. President assures better economy as latest GDP report indicates growth predict 2025 rebasing of economy will bring prosperity. FCTA releases list of Sea of O defaulters in Abuja. Over 1 million violent crimes perpetrated against women in 2023. Unemployment rate dropped to 4.3% in Q2 2024. At HID Awolowo Foundation webinar, federal government committed to gender equality advancement. The Guardian, GDP defies inflation talk as more Nigerians take informal job. And you get the details of this on page 6 on The Guardian. Edwin Clegg decries Rivers political crisis, faults lawmakers' defection. NBA slams EFCC boss for accusing lawyers of money laundering. Despite challenges, Nigeria's economy grows by 3.46%. Discos recorded 52.2 billion naira revenue shortfall in September. Sit-at-home schools closed over gunmen attack in Anambra. Federal government defense borrowing as NNPCL FIRS custom surpassed 2024 targets. Minimum wage Cross River workers embark on strike, reject governor's pay. NNPC defense output amid confusion over oil production data. The Nation, legal giant OK Supreme Court avoiding of National Lottery Act. Shatima Abbas, First Lady, intensified push for gender equality. Tinubu excited, expect optimism over 3.46% Q3 GDP growth. Non-oil sector is key driver. More should be done to boost real sector. While federal government is borrowing by Edun, Bagudu FIRS boss. Southeast holds 268,000 IDPs in 158 camps. The Punch, state tackle NNPCL over extra 1 trillion subsidy payment. Japa workers on federal government payroll resigning amid probe. Labour protests MBS drop in unemployment rate reports. Lakurawa federal government plans more troops as sex spread in Northwest state procure vehicle orders for troops. Sets spread to North Central. CDS plans more military bases. Customs seized 556 million naira contraband in Ogun. US-based Nigerians backed 30-year jail for $3.5 million romance scam. The Daily Times, Nigeria's GDP grew 3.46% in Q3 2024, boosted by service sector. Daily Momodu exposes $23 million bribe in 2023 primaries. INEC counters PDP governors on rigging claims. Atiku camp accuses Bawala of betrayal for personal gain. VP Shetima advocates tech-driven approach to tackle terrorism. The Matrix. Despite improved revenue generation, Nigerian ministers call for more borrowing. Tinubu welcomes third quarter GDP growth, says it shows Nigeria recovering from reform unintended effect. We won't rest until Nigerians feel positive impact in their pockets. Latest figure also shows much work still needs to be done. Edo, almost 500 government vehicles still missing, Okpebholo's spokesman. Senate holds public hearing on 2025-2027 expenditure fiscal tragedy. Nigerian unemployment rate falls to 4.3% in Q2 2024, says MBS. Driver escaped death after container-laden truck falls on car in Lagos. Hardship fuels overflow of entertainers in Nigeria. This is coming from Tiwa Savage. New Telegraph, Tinubu Q3 GDP growth indicates recovery from reforms unintended effect. Mounting debt burden will borrow based on your approval. Federal government tackles NAS. 2027 PDP or not. Huge opposition alliance imminent Ugo Chinyere. Nigerian News Direct. Nigerians GDP grows by 3.46% in Q3 2024, driven by services sector. As Tinubu assures of greater economic output, oil GDP records slowest growth in 2024. Unemployment rate slows to 4.3% in Q2 2024. Nigeria faces increased economic risks amid rising inflation, poverty. Oil production statistics. NUPRC quoted figures for average production, not peak production. NPC Limited clarifies. Mid-term anniversary, we will achieve in 4 years what others achieve in 8 years. Governor Adeleke pledges. Recapitalization, CBN extend deadline for BDCs to June 2025. Lagos 2025 budget kills second reading, while federal government is still borrowing despite increase in revenue. This is coming from Edo. First news. Why I avoided having a boyfriend. Wesley University best graduating student. Nigerians borrowing dilemma. Finance Minister pushes for more loans despite surging revenues. Nearly 500 state-owned vehicles missing. Edo new government cries out. Customs seizes 556 million worth of contraband. Arrests 34 illegal migrants. NNPCL targets 2 million BPD by end of 2024. Daily Independent. NAS executive in blame game over federal government borrowing spree. 30 killed, 40 injured in fresh attack on Benue communities. Acting PDP chair asks INEC to fill 27 Rivers Assembly vacant seat. Pro-Wike lawmakers have lost their seat, Clerk insists. No disparity include oil production figures, says NNPC. Nigeria unveils plans to launch 4 satellites. Army seeks Senate support to secure Nigeria. 1.6 million Nigerian HIV patients receiving treatments as NACA DG. Tinubu assures of stronger economic future as GDP grows 3.46% Q3 2024. The rider says it won't rest until Nigeria's fuel economic impact, services, oil sector pushes GDP to highest in 3 quarters. Alake gives Miracle 90 days to improve performance. And that's our package on the newspaper review. Thanks for watching. Edna Cesar Garrick is my name. Good morning.